Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back in this time. We're going to discuss another talking clock and my thoughts and opinions on it. And this time, on the bottom, not the bottom, but right underneath the radio controlled, we're starting on the regular ones. But now, we're going to talk about one that connects to the phone through the Time Vocalist app. This one, can't remember the name right offhand, so I'm going to call it a Time Vocalist talking clock. Technically what it is, let's get down to it. So my thoughts and opinions are, I got this in 2024, I believe. So my thoughts and opinions on it is, the alarm likes to reset when using the app. I will let you listen to it now, although I'm pretty sure you've heard it several times. But like I stated in my previous videos, I'm an audio guy and I like to listen to different voices of different talking products. So let's listen.
It's now 1:41 in the morning. Today is Wednesday, February 26, 2025.
This one does not announce time is synchronized or whatever. This one is not radio controlled, therefore it connects to Bluetooth, and it's simply great. So right off the bat, there are problems, but the first thing is there are not problems. So let's take a look at this further. So you have two ways of setting the clock. You use the app for most of the stuff. You don't have to worry about setting the time. The app does it for you. It uses your phone's clock to set the clock. That can be a good thing, and that can be a bad thing. Here's where we're going to start docking some points. This clock does not adjust for daylight savings time unless you open the Time Vocalist app, click on the clock's name, and it'll update for you. 2, if you mess around with the alarm, you have to have the alarm turned on in order to set. 3, the volume control is located inside the app and is not located on the clock. The clock requires 2 AAA batteries, which are not included and will have to be installed manually. So when you set the time, you could set the time if you don't have a phone that connects to the clock. But if you don't want to deal with Bluetooth, that is understandable. So, here's the thing. here's where we dock points. The alarm sometimes likes to reset itself. There are multiple alarm sounds, up to 20. You can listen to them through the app or use it through the clock. You could change between male and female, Ava and Ethan. Those are the two. Then, on top of that, it does not have an hourly announcement. They should include it. Anyways, I give this a 4.8 out of 5. When you take the battery out, or take the batteries out, and I've done this, it does not reset to 12, but you don't see the clock on the app. You have to re-add it back. There's no button for doing this, it's all automatic. All you have to do is hit add device, and it'll search for the device as long as it's connected and within range of your phone. So, works great. Other than that, I've seen reviews where people were complaining about how it doesn't work, and sometimes you get stuff that's faulty and stuff like that. Other than that, not everything is perfect. I have it on the female voice, just like I do with the other clock that I talked about. But overall, I really think it's a great clock. When I got it off of Walmart. However, at one point you could find it off of Amazon. I don't even know what it's called, except it's a Time Vocalist talking clock. This is also good for pill reminders, so you can schedule up to 20 alarms, 20 alarm sounds, reminders, stuff like that. You can get it at Walmart for $21.99 and have it shipped to you. So it's a very good price for what it does. Would I use it as an alarm? I seriously doubt it, because it'll reset itself eventually to what it would like to refer as midnight instead of AM and PM. It says morning, noon, evening. Interesting wording, but I don't care about that much. I haven't synchronized it in a while, so let's do a test between the radio controlled talking clock and the other clock that I just mentioned for accuracy.
It's now 1:48 in the morning. It's now 1:49 in the morning. Today is Wednesday, February 26, 2025.
Computer, what time is it?
The time is 1:49 a.m.
It's now 1:49 in the morning.
Computer, what time is it?
It's 1:50 a.m.
Today it's now 1:50 in the morning.
Okay. I've tried it between two devices, and it sounds like the radio-controlled atomic talking clock seems to be slightly accurate than its regular other clock. But, my opinion, the internet servers are, how do I put this nicely? A few seconds, at least 2 to 3 seconds over precise. And I have confirmed this when the US atomic clocks have updated the clock. When it says USA time updated, and I've kept an eye on it and kept pressing the time and pressed another clock, and at one point I've even went as far as setting an alarm on both a previous atomic talking clock and or watch that I've had and on my Echo device to see which one would go off first, and it was always the clock or the watch, and it would always say that the time was updated. So it goes to show that the internet is not as reliable with the time as a radio controlled talking product. However, it is in a way accurate when a talking product isn't updated or when it has yet to change for daylight savings time. So I'm not saying that radio controlled clocks are better. In a way I am, but in a way, if you have no luck getting your radio controlled clocks to update, I recommend you get one that synchronizes with your phone and try to deal with the alarm as much as possible. You have to keep the alarm on to set it. It's a switch located in the back, and it is actually 2-button design. There's not many buttons on this clock. It's just a talk button, an alarm switch, and a round button for your settings. You can choose to set the language, the time, the alarm, and the alarm sounds. To adjust the volume, you're going to have the app. Find the volume thing and toggle it to high, medium, or low. You will hear the clock go doo-doo-doo. So my take on this clock is, for accuracy, it relies on your phone, and the internet servers can be a few seconds behind a radio controlled talking clock when it's updated. When a radio controlled clock isn't updated, then your phone is the accurate of them all. So the true time comes from Colorado. And that is where the internet, I believe, gets its true time. So, in a way, when daylight savings time comes, it changes automatically, and the radio controlled ones update at 3 a.m. It's always recommended, if you have a handful of these radio controlled clocks, don't worry about going to bed at 1 a.m. again or 3 a.m. again or whatever. So this is where I give it a 4.8 out of 5. The 4.8 out of 5 I give it is due to the alarm, the fact that you have to keep on the volume while you're setting it, or not the volume, but the alarm while you're setting it. You shouldn't have to do that, so I give that a 4.7. And that is the lowest I've gotten to. I've never once issued anything below a 4. So my reviews have been as follows: 5, 5, 5, 4.8, 4.7. So the lowest is 4.7 and the highest is 5 out of 5. So it's 0.3% different. Because if it was 4 stars, it would be, I'm not saying 0.3%, it's 0.3 different. So it's 0.3 different, if that makes any sense. Like, for an example, if I'm not even understanding it, I don't think anyone else is either, but one level for a rating would be 4 stars. 2 would be 3, 3 would be 2, 4 would be 1, 5 would be 0. So in a way, 4.7 out of 5 from the rest of these clocks being 5.0 is 0.3 different from 5, which is not bad. So the lowest is still pretty good. I recommend the Time Vocalist talking clock, but 3 things that I've highlighted that you're going to have to be careful for, that's my thoughts and opinions. And we'll be doing the next clock later on today, and we will start with one of the recent ones back last year. Heads out. this one might be low in the ratings, or it might be 4.9 or 5. Again, I know what the ratings are, but y'all just have to wait and find out. Anyways, I hope you guys find this very helpful. I'm not the smartest when it comes to math, but I still stand corrected. The 4.7 out of 5 is 0.3 levels lower, which is still good. But anyways, have a good one.